Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's yours truly back again, and today I'm going to be starting my Jak and Daxter Precursor Legacy walkthrough. I'm going to shut up for the cutscene while it does it. It's kind of a long one, though.
I have spent my life searching for the answers that my father and my father's fathers failed to find. Who were the precursors? Why did they create the vast monoliths that litter our planet? How did they harness Eco, the life energy of the world? What was their purpose, and why did they vanish? I have asked the plants, but they do not remember. The plants have asked the rocks, but the rocks do not recall. Even the rocks do not recall. Every bone in my body tells me that the answers rest on the shoulders of a young boy. Oblivious to his destiny, uninterested in the search for truth, and rejecting of my guidance. And why would he want to listen to old Samus the Sage anyway? I'm only the master of Green Eco, one of the wisest men on the planet. So it seems the answer begins not with careful research or sensible thinking. Nay, as with many of fate's mysteries, it begins with but a small act of disobedience.
Hey! Jak, old green stuff told us not to come here.
Continue your search for artifacts in Eco. If the locals possess precursor items, you know what to do.
Deal harshly with anybody who strays from the village. We will attack it in due time.
What are we doing here anyway, Jak? This place gives me the creeps. Huh? Oh, stupid precursor junk. Eek! What is that dark ooze? It sure don't look friendly. The sage yaps on about the precursors that built this place all the time. Where did they go? Why did they build this crud? Now, I like precursor orbs and power cells as much as the next guy. But if you ask me, they must have been real losers. Wow! How did you do that? Jak, I think we're in trouble! Man, that stung! I told you we shouldn't have come here, and you listened! What? Okay. I'm fine.
What in green tarnation do you two want?
I was...
Don't tell me! Instead of heeding my wisdom, the two of you went mucking around in the only place that I told you not to go! Misty Island!
That's right! And then...
And, Daxter, you finally took a much-needed bath, but in a bathtub filled with dark eco.
Look, old man! Are you gonna keep yapping, or are you gonna help me out of this mess?
I'm gonna keep yapping, because in my professional opinion, the change is an improvement. And besides, I couldn't help you if I wanted to.
What?
There's only one person who has studied Dark Eco long enough to have a chance at returning you to your previous form. Karl Acheron, the Sage. But he lives far to the north. Far to the north. Nobody has spoken to him in ages. I would teleport you there, but I can't do that either. None of the three sages that maintain the other teleporter gates have seen fit to turn their ends on for quite a while. The only other way north is by foot through the Fire Canyon, but its volcanic soil is hot enough to melt precursor metal. You can't just walk through it.
But you could fly over it if you had a zoomer equipped with a heat shield. I just happen to be working on such a thing at this very moment. All I would need is 20 power cells to give it enough energy to withstand the canyon's heat. Isn't that right, Daddy?
Yes, Kira, that might work. But where are a boy and a half going to get 20 power cells?
From the villagers. Most of them have a power cell or two stashed away somewhere. And even if they aren't willing to just give them away, greasing their palms with a few precursor orbs should do the trick. And I bet there are even more of them out in the wilds just waiting for some brave adventurer to find.
Well, we've got the brave adventurer at least.
Brave adventurer! You two couldn't find your way out of the village without training. Before you do anything else, you better go through the warp gate and get some practice on Geyser Rock.
We won't find any more of that dark gooey eco stuff, will we? Cause I'd hate to fall in again and turn into you.
Get in there before I turn you both into ferns.
Okay. This camera. Camera controls.
Advice is a communicator. With it, my father and I can give you advice at any time during your quest. These floating egg-shaped things are precursor orbs. Collect enough of them, and some of the villagers
I have
will give
to
you a power
remake
cell
this
in
walkthrough
exchange.
because I tried it eventually and I was gonna do commentary over it, but I figured out from the Sly 1 walkthrough that that's not gonna work. So, like with all my walkthroughs that I'm going to do, I'm going to get the Platinum Trophy. If you don't know, then you haven't played it on the PlayStation 3.
This is a power cell, the most
Platinum Trophy
important
for
precursor artifact you can
this game.
find. You need to collect 20 of these so I
And
can
yeah,
power the heat
that's
shield
pretty much
for
it.
your egg
I'm gonna
lab
do the
zoomer.
Platinum Trophy, get 100% file completion. That's my goals. But as you know, if you, the Sly 1 walkthrough hasn't been completed yet by, not even by this time of this upload it would be done.
You found one of my scout flies.
But
I sent 7 of them to each
the
area to look for power cells.
game
but the lurkers
requires
must
you to
have
get
captured them
100%
all.
file completion. You have to complete these Master Thief sprints or whatever, and they're really stupid. I don't like them, so I'm not gonna do them. And that would just take way too much time to do. It would take another at least 30 or so. It would probably take another at least 30 or so parts of the walkthrough to be able to get it all done. And I haven't really seen anybody
That last
get
scout
the
fly had a
100%
power
file
cell.
completion on that
I'll
game.
bet if you collect all 7
because
in
it's not
each
really
area, you
useful
can
to get
find
like the
even
Platinum
more power
Trophy.
cells.
I think that's enough just to get the Platinum Trophy in the game. That is enough of it.
That's Blue Eco.
Since this is the tutorial, you will have a lot of little mini dialogue things that you can't skip because, I don't know, because the developers want to be doofus. Alright, so, as I was saying, this game I think is going to be a lot easier to get 100% on than the Sly 1 walkthrough that I'm doing, like the Sly 1, just the game in general. Watch Jack whenever I do this. Oh, never mind, I didn't do it.
Is a precursor door. It can only be
I'll show you it in a
opened by
second when I
approaching the
go over here.
door
I'll roll
while
and it'll like
channeling Blue Eco through your body.
freaking looks awesome whenever he does this. Alright, here, pay attention to Jack and then watch him.
That's a
Why
blue
didn't they do
eco
it?
vent. More concentrated than the floating clusters.
What
This
it'll
vent
do
will
when
give
he's
you
like
a
in
full
mid-roll,
charge
it'll
of
just
blue
like
eco, letting
flip
you
him
use it
up.
for the maximum time.
That's pretty cool. I'll try and do it later. Now the only reason I think this part is going to be a little bit is because the opening cutscene takes literally 3 minutes to do. So, yeah, that's probably why I'm not going to be able to get this part done.
Good work.
But most of the time, whenever I start a world, I'll try and finish it in one part. Some worlds, like the Forbidden Jungle, this, and what's it called? I can't remember. Here, watch this. There we go.
Those little green balls of energy on the ground are
But,
a type of eco.
What's it called? The Precursor Basin or the Lost Precursor City are bigger versions of. It's a bigger world, hub world, and it's a harder. It has harder challenges to it. And that might take me 2 The precursor base is probably going to take me 3 parts because it's difficulty.
You can jump once, then jump again in the air.
I'm going to go ahead and say this when I'm going to play through the entire series of this game and expect a lot of rage when I play Jak 2 because that is possibly the hardest game I've ever played, and it is one of the hardest games of all time. I know that for a fact. I've seen tons of people talk about it, and out of every person, not one person has said the difficulty is easy. Alright, here we're coming up on another. Let's see what's our time. Okay, once this cutscene's over, I'm gonna end it and go to part 2.
Good training, boys, but that's nothing compared to the challenges that lie ahead.
Then no problem. We got the moves, eh, Jack? We'd love to stay and chat, Big Green, but we're, itching to get on with our adventures.
Fine, fine. Adventure away then. And while you're out adventuring, why don't you make yourself useful? My darn green eco-collectors are clogged up again. Head out to the far side of the beach and clear them out, why don't you? Follow the lamps. They'll take you right there. Now, all of you, get out of here!
Okay.